Hi, I'm Craig Phillips. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a shower screen over your bath. Now, shower screens come in various different shapes and sizes. This particular one is about 1400 millimeters high by about near enough 800 millimeters wide. Now, there's not much to actually fit in them themselves. This has just came straight out of the box here. And what you'll find is where the glazing is, you've got a bracket on one side which of course pivots like this, which allows the screen to pivot. Now, if you pull that channel off like this, there we go, that will slide off. Okay, so this is the part that's going to be fixed to the wall, and then that will slide inside it. And then we put a little rubber seal along the bottom of it, but we'll get to that later. Now, this is important where we actually fit this. Okay, so of course, it has to be level and flush, and we'll mechanically fix this to the tiles in a moment. But the position down here is quite important. Now, the width of our baffers are about 70 odd millimeters wide on here. So I'm going to step this in at about 45 to 50 millimeters because I don't want the screen too close to the outside edge, because if it gets pushed, the water can run down on the outside. I'd rather it be on the inside a little bit more, but there's no generally set rule because again, baths come in different widths. So I'm going to go about 45-50 millimeters there. I'm going to get my spirit level, place this up and just mark the 3 pre-drilled holes which are on the back. One here and one here. I'll make a mark on the tiles and then I can set up and start doing my drilling.
Place the trim flush with your tiles. Using a spirit level, make sure it's set in the correct position and is level. Using a pencil, mark where the 3 pre-drilled holes are in the back of the trim, at the top, middle and bottom. Then I normally go over the pencil marks with a felt tip pen so it's easier to see. Place a piece of masking tape over your pen mark. This helps stop the drill bit skidding across your tile when you're drilling your first hole.
So now the tiles are marked and I know exactly where I need to drill. But what drill bit am I going to use? Now, you can still use a masonry drill bit for drilling porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, quarry tiles, etc. But it may be a little bit slow. And we'd always advise starting off with a smaller one first and then work your way up to a wider one. Or you can use these, which are designed for drilling into tiles themselves. This one here, I'd start with a little pointy one, usually used on ceramic tiles, but I just use it to make a tiny little mark and indent in the actual tile itself before I start using this one. Now this it's a flat end, so it's quite blunt, but it has little diamond tips all the way over it. And when we start to drill with this one, don't drill directly into the actual tile. We start off on an angle just to let it cut into it a little bit more, and then we straighten the drill up and we actually go through it. That's why this one just helps that little bit more, just to stop the actual drill from skidding across the tile when it spins. Now, before you drill, always check that there is no cables or pipes behind the surface you're about to drill. Nope, that's all clear.
This first drill bit is the pointed tungsten tip piece, which I use to start my hole off. Then I switch to the large 6mm porcelain diamond tip drill bit. As described earlier, I start to use this drill bit on an angle, then slowly bring the tip of the drill bit up square to the wall. Again, this helps it to stop sliding across the tiles and damaging the surface.
Now we've drilled through the tile, I'm going to put a standard masonry drill bit on. This is 6mm wide to drill through the surface behind it, like the brick or the block, but whatever's behind there.
Always place something below to protect your bath when drilling. Slide a 6mm raw plug into the hole. Push it in all the way until it's flush with the tiles. Now, you may need to use a plasterboard plug if your tiles are fixed directly onto aqua boards that are mounted onto a stud frame. Sometimes you may have to tap the plug in slightly with a hammer to get it flush with the tile surface. Then you can remove the masking tape and wipe away the dust.
Now the tiles are drilled and plugged, I can fix the channel to the actual wall itself. Now, of course, we've got our pre-drilled holes along the back side here, which the screws are going to go through. But on the inside of this, we also have 3 more screws, top, middle and bottom. They are for grommets, which is going to hold this into position once we get it leveled up. So they must be on the inside of your bath area, so we don't see them from the outside. So I'm lining up my screws. Start with my first screw, drive it through, start to tighten it by hand, and then it'll just hold it. Starts to bite straight away into the actual plug. Same again with the bottom one and the top one. There we go. Now the channel is firmly fixed to the tiles, we're ready to think about fitting the main screen itself and this hinge bit. However, you do get this plastic kind of rubber end seal which goes on the bottom. It's got a little groove in it here, which the glass slides into, and then that is along the bottom and it sits on the lip of the bath. So I'm going to slide this on the bottom of the glass door before I lift it into position. Okay, so now I can lift this into position and wedge it in between here. And that's pretty much holding its weight now. It just slides down and this rubber lip now just sits nice and neat and seals the edge of the bath where the glazing touch the bath. Perfect. So the next stage is to come in here, and where we had 3 holes in there, we'll drill a little pilot hole in and then drive some small little grommet screws in there, and that will hold this in position and stop it coming out if it was moved.
This size screw can easily be tightened up using a small hand screwdriver.
Now the pivot shower door is installed, I can seal along the edge of the channel where it meets the tiles.
Using a premium quality silicone sealant, make sure both surfaces are clean, dry and dust free. From the outside, I normally start from the top and will work my way down to the bottom in one straight line. Using a silicone wipe, I clean any grease from my fingers, and then whilst the silicone is still wet, I use my fingertip to smooth off and shape the silicone sealant. You can of course always use a smoothing tool if you prefer.
Perfect, and that's my shower now installed and sealed. I'm going to leave this for at least 24 hours to dry before it can be used. So that's how quick and easy it is to install your own shower screen. If you're looking for more how-to videos, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you just want to know more about the vast range of products that Bathroom Mountain stock, head over to their website, bathroommountain.co.uk.